are likely going to have to abandon their homes because they keep flooding. When will they find out about that, and when will they find out whether or not the government will buy them out?
So we'll have a process to work through, as we did after, or as the then government did after the Canterbury earthquakes, because it won't be the same in every area. So in some cases there'll be extensive damage, but it will be safe to rebuild. In other areas we may have to make some tough calls about managed retreat and about not rebuilding in those areas. We need to make sure that the process that we've got in place there is fair and is transparent. We'll do that as quickly as we can, but as it did after the Canterbury earthquakes, that's not going to happen overnight.
Are you going to address Phil Twyford's letter?
What was that?
Are you going to respond to Phil Twyford's letter?
I haven't actually seen it. I think it was addressed to the Minister of Finance, but certainly I'm sure he will respond.
Managed retreat is one thing, but for some people hearing you say that the government would step in and buy houses when people have chosen not to be insured, is that something you will be mindful of? Because that seems like a different category.
There are principles that we'll follow here. The same dilemmas were grappled with after the Canterbury earthquakes, and so there are some precedents here around what government should and shouldn't step in and pay for. You'll see through the Canterbury earthquake, it wasn't one size fits all though. So it depended on the nature of the land damage. It depended on whether someone was insured or not. There were a whole lot of different things that were taken into account, and the outcome wasn't exactly the same for everybody. So we'll work through that process carefully.
Do you see Murawai as being a kind of almost a first off the blocks thing in terms of putting managed retreat into practice?
Haven't really looked at that. Obviously, we've got the Auckland floods and then the cyclone all sort of layering on top of one another in some areas. We've still got to work through that process. I don't want to arbitrarily say this community isn't going to be reoccupied or re-inhabited. I think we need to have a proper process around that, and we need to make sure that we're acting in a way that treats the people whose lives have been turned upside down fairly and with a good degree of compassion and respect. It's a really uncertain time for them. I know they want certainty, and we'll work as fast as we can to give them certainty.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.